what do you think for the young people they aspire to see in the country for the next coming 5 to 10 years as we head to wawasan 2020, for example? That's something that I guess all these young people would like to know.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam satu Malaysia. Good morning, moderator Mr. Rizmil, esteemed fellow panelists yang berhormat Datuk Razali Ibrahim, Puan Ilya from Graduan, members of the audience. Can I just first say thank you to NALS 2016 for inviting me to speak here today. I think I want to say that when I was a student in the UK, that was when I first met Datuk Razali actually. I was part of this organization called the UKEC, and we hosted the Malaysian Student Leaders Summit, MSLS. And for a few years, and Puan Ilya will know this as well, for a few years we thought we could be heroes and monopolize the organizing of such events. But every year you guys at NALS have proven us wrong, hosting very impactful summits. I'm just looking at the list of superstars and heavyweights and headliners this year: ministers, deputy ministers, former ministers, leaders in the political and social world. So I want to invite everyone to give a big hand to the organizers of NALS. Now, the topic today is it's a bit of a mouthful: 360 perspective, yours, mine, and the truth. I think I want to suggest that, well, based on based on the conversation I had with the organizers, I made to understand that they want me to come in to the topic from an angle of a young person's perspective, like Rizmil intimated. I think that distinction is important because young people today, I think, have a unique or are in a unique position. They are in a unique position because they are able to appreciate both the history of this country, but also are invested and excited about the future of Malaysia. And looking back, the Gen Ys and the Gen Zs, the ones who are born in the 80s and 90s, we are able to see that Malaysia has gone very, very far. When we were in school, Wawasan 2020, Vision 2020 was always on the horizon. And today, Wawasan 2020 arrives at a time when we have much of our entire adult life ahead of us. And that's what I think sets us apart from previous generations, from Gen X, from even our parents' generations. Why do I say much of our entire adult life? Because we will encounter Wawasan 2020 at a time when we are going to finish education. We are going to enter employment. We are going to own our first home, inshallah. We are going to start a family. All at a time, lebih kurang, the same time as Wawasan 2020. And that's what's different. Now, this begs the question, what now? What's next for Malaysia? And how can our generation contribute to the future? I want to just introduce a simple proposition. And that proposition is this: that, remember how I said our generation can look back and look forward in equal measure, and that's our unique position, our unique standpoint. My simple proposition is this: looking back, I think our generation can appreciate the history, can appreciate how far Malaysia has come, can appreciate how in 1957, waktu Merdeka, British tengok kita, dia kata Malaysia akan jadi failed state. It's not going to succeed. But we have proven them wrong. Malaysia has become a functioning and at times thriving nation state. Tetapi looking forwards, and this is where I want to stress, looking forwards, I think Malaysia will remain a good, a decent country, an alright country, a middling, and to pinjam my boss YBKJ punya quoted phrase, a mid-table country, unless there is a fundamental shift in mindset across all stakeholders in Malaysia. To reiterate my proposition, just to make it clear, Malaysia, I think, will remain an okay country. Okay health, okay economy, okay growth rates, okay education, okay crime rates, okay everything. Tetapi, it will not become a great country. It will not become a Premier League economy. It will not break into the big time, melainkan there is a big fundamental shift in our lifetimes. And that's something I want to say as a young person. Why do I say this? Why am I both proud of my history as a Malaysian, but also a bit risau apprehensive about the future. I want to go through a couple of minutes on why I believe so. One, on the economy. Malaysia has done very well in the economy. Kita punya household income rates from 1970 was, I think, 260 ringgit. Today is over 4,000 ringgit monthly household income. Poverty rates has gone down daripada 1970 selepas peristiwa 1969, where poverty rates was around 50%. Bayangkan, 50%, separuh daripada seluruh negara poverty, impoverished. Today that number stands at 0.6. We have slowly made that transition from an agriculture/primary commodity-based economy to a manufacturing-based economy, and today slowly into services. We are on track to be, as we all know, a high-income nation faster than any other ASEAN country ex Singapore, faster than China, faster than India. So kita dah buat okay, we are doing well economy-wise. Education pun there's a lot we can be proud of. Education, we used to have only one university, UM, itu pun kat sini, kat Singapore, dia boleh terpindah to KL. Today we have 20 public universities, which I think many of you come from. Over 50 private university and colleges, hundreds of private colleges, all churning up 200,000 graduates a year, diploma and degree. Itu dari segi university. Dari segi output university, we used to have Bumiputra Melayu, we only used to have 5%. Maknanya 5% were professionals. On the whole professional community, only 5% was Bumiputra in 1970. Today it's 51%. So kita dah banyak impact, kita dah banyak keberhasilan daripada dekad-dekad yang telah berlalu. So we can be proud. Even socially, we can be proud that as a multi-ethnic country, our last major racial incident is 1969. And since then, alhamdulillah, no major racial incident. Racial inequality as well has fallen. In some cases, fallen by half. Politically, I'm sure many of you have your own thoughts of the state of politics today, but if you look at it dispassionately, things are doing okay as well. We have a two-party system, which Dato' Razali and I may be not the biggest fan of, but we do have a two-party system. The opposition coalition at the federal level controls a number of states. We have regular election cycles every 5 years. So we are a functioning democracy. I've just spent 2 minutes explaining to you why things are good, things are okay, things are right. I want to spend another 2 minutes, the next 2 minutes, telling you why I think it's not enough. Kalau kita nak break into the big time, kita nak jadi Premier League punya country, it's not enough. Why do I say it's not enough? Yes, our GDP growth is alright. Our poverty rates, alright, very, very low. Our health system is good, and all the rest of it, all very good. Household income continue to rise, and all the rest of it. But it's not enough. Why is it not enough? Because we have survived for many, many decades on a low cost base. Maknanya our competitiveness was based on a low cost base. Low cost of labor, low cost of land compared to say Singapore. But we cannot continue on that same vein anymore. Sebab apa? We have Vietnam, we have Myanmar, and not to forget China, breathing down our necks with far lower cost base than Malaysia. And anyway, I don't want us to be a supplier to Singapore. I don't want us to be the country that ships out primary commodities or does some low-end manufacturing and processing and then have to import back from another country. I don't want us to be that. I want this, I think all of us, as young people, we want to see in our lifetime Malaysia become the country that does the high-tech manufacturing, that does the high-value-added economic activity, not the guys who just do on the low end of the value chain. So that's one reason why economically I don't think it's going to be enough to continue on this track. And why is it? Why is it important? Because unless we fundamentally change our economic competitiveness quotient, unless we fundamentally change our economic competitiveness base, I fear that we will never enter that league of top nations, become a powerful country economically and punch above our weight, continue to punch above our weight. That's economics. That begs the question, do we have the right skills? Do we have the right R&D infrastructure? Do we have the right idea about which niche area we want to attack as a country moving forward? Yes, we have 200,000 graduates every year, tapi you as well as I know that quality is as important as quantity. How often do our university research papers and our university research projects get cited internationally? Not that often. So there's a lot of challenges that remain. There's a lot of challenges that we as young people have to face very honestly, secara ikhlas dan jujur lihat betapa kita dah banyak maju, betapa kita telah banyak mencapai asas-asas ekonomi dan negara bangsa yang kukuh because of previous generations. But when it comes to our generation, we need to take the next step and bring this country forward. Itu saya cakap sekejap pasal ekonomi. Look at socially. Yes, we are very proud of our multi-ethnic makeup. Kalau naik MAS balik ke Malaysia, you akan tengok video Malaysia Truly Asia and any number of tourism Malaysia videos, kan? And we always tell foreigners, oh Malaysia Truly Asia, different races everywhere. Aku boleh ingat dah lagu tu. Tapi dia tanya diri kita sendiri dulu, do the tourism Malaysia videos really tell the truth? Sebagai orang muda, I want to tell you, I don't think so. It doesn't tell the true state of Malaysia, where beneath the surface we remain deeply divided. We remain deeply divided. Berapa orang dalam bilik ni betul-betul ada kawan-kawan daripada bangsa lain? I don't know, right? And if I think we'll do a proper poll, just ask yourself betul-betul. Bukan kawan yang kenal-kenal kat universiti, yang boleh duduk kat mamak tiap hari, yang tengok bola sekali, yang study sekali, tak ramai. And that's the reality. Mungkin dalam bilik ni okay, sebab you all go to universities that are multiracial and all the rest of it, tapi we know, the rest of the country is not always as exciting or as encouraging as that. Sebab apa? Because our unity at this point, ladies and gentlemen, in my view, is a unity that is based on tolerance, coexistence. Tolerance ni macam mana? Tolerance ni, kau jangan kacau kawasan aku tak kacau kawasan kau. Kau jangan kacau aku punya budaya, aku tak kacau budaya kau. That is our unity. Is that the unity we want? Ataupun is it a unity we want? Is the unity we want one that is based on integration, one that is based where we borrow from each other's cultures, where we empathize with one another? I don't think we are there yet. So I want to see in our lifetime that kind of unity. I want our kids, I want my kids to grow up in a Malaysia that is truly unified, where we have a larger space and larger overlapping area in the Venn diagram. You remember Venn diagrams, right? I want the area of the overlapping area in the Venn diagram to be bigger. I don't want us to go and watch bola-bola, menangis sikit, cakap, oh I want to hark back to the good old days. No. I want us to watch bola-bola and say, that's the kind of Malaysia I want today, and that's the kind of Malaysia I want tomorrow. I'm very excited, I'm very grateful. I think our generation is very grateful for what Malaysia has achieved in the past 50, 60 years. Tetapi if we want to really make a difference, if we want to break into the big time, this is the generation that's going to make a difference. Jadi, I hope to continue the discussion later. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.